Okay, so let's get into the 28 Years Later trailer. This is the latest film from Danny Boyle, written by Alex Garland, reuniting again after 28 days later. We have Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Ralph Fiennes in this one, and Cillian Murphy apparently is returning. Now, this is a film that will be coming out next year, June 20th, 2025, and it is continuing what we saw. 28 weeks later, now have become 28 years later. So I already made a video a couple of months ago talking about Ralph Fiennes, talk about the whole plot of the film, in which I will talk to you about it again. So he said it's going to be 3 films and 2 of them have already been shot. The sequel that will be coming out after this film is going to be directed by Nia DaCosta and will be called 28 Years Later Part 2, The Bone Temple. Now, this is also with a script from Garland. We don't know about the 3rd film just yet, but Fiennes explained the plot of the film, saying Britain is 28 years into this terrible plague of infected people who are violent, rabid humans with a few pockets of uninfected communities, and it centers on a young boy who wants to find a doctor to help his dying mother. He leads his mother through this beautiful northern English terrain, but of course around them, hiding in forests and hills and woods, are the infected. But he finds a doctor who is a man we might think is going to be weird and odd, but is actually a force for good. And so seeing the trailer and knowing that already, I kind of get a little sense of what we're seeing here. So I'm going to break down the trailer, not shot by shot, right? But we'll talk about some of these shots right here. So this first one right here, empty street, of course, it seems some people are still living here, as we can see in the next shot. Teletubbies. I was fascinated. I was going down a Teletubby rabbit hole, and this like program made like $1 billion. So I think I did not know the power of Teletubbies. Anyways, we see some kids there watching the TV, and then all hell breaks loose. As you can see, infected come through, and it looks like, I don't know if the kids are gonna make it. That just is ominous, right? A kids TV show and the TV just splattered in blood. But nonetheless, we move on to more of the infected going through a church, and it looks like it's going to get crazy. Of course, this island from the teaser that we saw a couple of days ago before this full trailer came out, which is going to be important, I feel. We can see a little community has sort of started to develop here, watchtower and all. And we quickly find out that there's people just trying to hang on to life, right? They're still trying to keep forward. They're trying to move past all of this. There's roles in the community everybody has, of course. And I believe Aaron Taylor-Johnson might be one of the people at the watchtower. And we can see that they're trying to sort of have everything like be normal, right? Now, this is an important one right here. Behold, he is coming with the clowns, Jimmy. So I'm curious about this whole Jimmy thing, right? Because Cillian Murphy's character is named Jim. Is that who they're trying to talk about, right? Is Jimmy like somebody who's sort of figured it all out, or what? That's my question right there. Of course, we see also here Aaron Taylor-Johnson's character, as well as the young boy that's going to be in the whole like trailer that we see going forward. It looks like they are both going to go on this expedition to try and find this doctor, who I believe is played by Ralph. Now, that's going to be an interesting one for sure, of course, and I'm very curious about it here, because what is it with Aaron Taylor-Johnson's character in this boy, right? Like, why would they pair up or something? I'm curious if he may be like closer to him than he actually thinks, like a father or something like that. The long road here and the water and all of that, of course, to keep as much away as they can. And this looks very epic, honestly, like the proportions of this film. And this shot right here, the tree representing life and these shadows of these like infected just like moving in such an erratic and weird behavior really does add even more to this whole situation here. And it's honestly very chilling. There's some more shots like this. We'll talk about it right here. And of course, we see them going through different terrain, meeting several different people. And this person right here, look, Jimmy is another big name here. Honestly, is Cillian Murphy's character like some messiah or something that maybe people look up to? And this shot is just terrifying as well when you really think about it. Some more of these people right here who seem to be in sort of a cult of sorts. I believe we could definitely think that this might be the cult of Jimmy or Jim. And we see that they might just definitely be wanting it to sort of keep recruiting, or their whole like thing is to really keep pushing this narrative of this godlike figure. Now, this right here, is that a giant infected? Have they mutated enough? Of course, from the trailer, it seems like they did. We also get this shot right here where I think that this might be the kid's mother, of course. As we know from what Ralph said back in October, the mother is infected and the kid is trying to find somebody to help her, the doctor. So I think that's going to be an interesting aspect of this. This shot is very interesting right here with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Very well shot, lit, all of that. Just amazing. This one right here as well. There's so many of these scenes I'm excited to see Danny Boyle bring to life, and I cannot wait to see this on the big screen. More of the soldiers with that giant right there. This right here, I believe, is when they finally see Ralph, and I'm curious if this is the bone temple maybe that we're going to see in the second film, and could this definitely be the end shot of the first film as they find this temple of sorts and try to figure out what is like the cure to all of this. More shots of the infected here. This one right here with the kid, it doesn't look like he's having a good time. These people might be like a cult of sorts, cannibals. This is a shot right here. I'm not too sure who that might be. Is that Aaron Taylor or is that the mother? I don't know. But we get this other shot right here of Aaron Taylor for sure. A baby being born. Could this baby be a key to something? A lot of people are saying this was Cillian Murphy, but apparently an artist said that this is actually him, not Cillian Murphy. I believe that. I don't think that would be Cillian. They would not show something like that right there. More shots of Aaron Taylor and the boy. Very interesting ways that Danny is like framing all of these shots. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what is going to be of this film. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. Like I said, Mr. Ralph Fiennes actually talked about them. And of course, this is going to be a first out of the 3 films they're going to be making, with the second one already being shot. Well, not shot, but completed apparently. Nia DaCosta is directing that one. Alex Garland wrote both. And I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the third one. But I'm most curious about who exactly is Jimmy. Like, what is the situation here? And of course, with Cillian Murphy returning as Jim, I feel like that could be it. Is Jim like a short version for Jimmy? Like, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. But let me know your opinions, your thoughts, if you're excited or not for 28 Years Later, if you're going to be watching it in theaters when it releases next year. I will have more theories. I'm going to go through the trailer again and see what else we can find out. And I do need to rewatch the other 2 because I haven't watched them in a long time. Maybe we'll get some more clues and out of that. But if you want more 28 Years Later content, make sure you follow us for all of that. Make sure you check out our review on Queer if you haven't already, our latest favorite film of the year. And stay tuned. Nosferatu reactions tonight. Stay tuned. As always, subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.